So, hello, peace be upon you. Welcome to another episode of the Happiness Revolution, where I talk about stuff that will change your life and change the world. And it's not stuff by me. I mean, why would I know stuff that that's unknown to the world? In fact, the stuff I'm talking about is stuff that's quite well known in the world, but because of our attitude to spirituality, we've given up on them and we're suffering because of it. So, and I explain all these ideas are logical and reasonable based on science and psychology and stuff like that, and it's just a question of us being a bit more honest with ourselves. So, what am I going to talk about? Well, I promised ages ago, and it's always important to uh, do your promises as quick as possible. So that promise was to talk about how to find someone to marry. How do you find your soulmate? Sounds a bit better. So how do you do that? One principle, spiritual principle, is the person you marry is going to be basically as good as you. So spiritual principle that is taught in pretty much the same words. Good men are for good women, and good women are for good men. So there's a general principle of sort of equality that you'll find that people are roughly the same kind of kindness and goodness towards each other, and people don't really think about that generally. They just try to think about how good looking is that person, and can I somehow get a hold of him or her. And if you think like that, you're going to get somebody who also thinks like that in a very narrow way, and such a person is not going to be the kind of person who is particularly caring. They will be caring in the short term because everybody likes to give a good impression about themselves, but once they're in a stable relationship, the human nature allows the darker side of that person's personality to come out. It's just human nature. That's how we work. We're not trying to be fake. We don't realize we're being totally fake, but we kind of know it. Do you know what I mean? We kind of subconsciously know a little bit that we're being fake and we're not being our true and honest selves, but we like to pretend to ourselves that we're not when we're looking for somebody to marry or go and be in a relationship. So to find your soulmate, you need to just what does that even mean? Well, when you're saying a soulmate, you're looking for somebody who you can completely link with, and that's what human beings want in the first place. They want somebody they can really relate to. And what kind of person is going to do that? Is it going to be the really hot person who, that's what all you're looking for? No, because those kind of people are going to be the more selfish type. The people who portray an outward look and don't care too much about what's inside. Hot in the sense of, I don't know, something more to do with their appearance, and often appearance, you can control how you appear to other people with fancy clothes and stuff like that. But the really nice people can be really not bothered about how they look, because they realise happiness and all the good stuff is not in your appearance but in your behaviour. So I think by talking about finding your soulmate, what I'm trying to do is trying to adjust people's perception of what they want in life, and they should also adjust their attitudes as well. So by becoming a better person, you'll find a better person. One of the reasons why I'm making this video is because I saw a video that said something like 7 steps to finding a hot woman or something like that, or something along those lines. And this person generally seems to make nice videos, but that about how to live their life and finding work and all these kind of stuff, these kind of motivational talks that he does. But there was one of his videos where he allowed one of his I don't know, followers, people who watch his videos, to come on the show, and it was really sad. And I thought, I've got to make a video to explain what he's saying here in this video is terrible. Basically, what he was doing was saying how to mechanically get to a stage where you can get this hot woman into bed with you and have some relationship. And one of the things that I thought was really sad was that he was doing this exercise where he was, making really loud noises, going and all this kind of stuff. It's the kind of thing actors might do to get out of themselves and be able to feel, I don't know, not uncomfortable. So he would do these crazy exercises, shout and scream, whatever, to relax in a way, so that when he approached a woman, he could, chat her up and somehow get her into bed. That's the idea. And I thought that was really sad, because he was doing something that's really unnatural, in the sense that he was pushing himself out of his comfort zone to do something ugly, i.e. treat other human beings not as their brothers or sisters. So if you're a woman, you're looking for a man, you would have to do the similar sort of exercise, and you'd be trying to get him. Or if you're a man looking for a woman, you're trying to get her. We're not talking about homosexuality. That will be an issue for another episode, or the subject for another episode, I suppose. So unnaturally trying to forget your own normal personality and leave your normal personality, and try to obtain an object, a human being, by not being even anything near yourself. So I thought that was really ugly and really sad, and I'll just talk a little bit about it. So what you want to do is try to be a good person, and he was talking about other things like going to big crowds where there are lots of people. So it's not just about finding a nice person, it's just like trying to increase your probabilities of being successful. And then it was all about what chat up lines you might have and the right timing, so that she would go back home with you, or he would go back home with you. And that's a very ugly way of looking at relationships. So what is the alternative? One of the reasons why we have why we have such difficulties in relationships and so many things like this, is because we've given up the spiritual values and the spiritual ways we used to do things. And one of those things is assisted relationships through your parents. We used to do that in the West, and we still do that in the East, and it's a more comfortable way of getting into relationships. At the moment, the way to get into a relationship is to get the person drunk, because that's why alcohol is such a popular thing at the moment, even though it's so bad for you. And it's become a very important tool in socializing, because it's not really socializing. People are purposely getting drunk, and getting themselves drunk and other people drunk, because that's the only way they can get themselves into the silly situation where they get into bed with each other. Then it breaks down the barriers between people, and then they start having relationships. So that's not a very sensible way of having a relationship. With an assisted relationship, or sometimes negatively known as arranged marriages or relationships, you realize that there's nobody's really perfect, and you calmly look at the other person and you say, could I have a relationship with this person? Is this person a good person? Is this person a stable enough person that I can be with, you know? But if you're drunk, you can't make those kind of decisions, and you're not even trying to make those kind of decisions. So there's a few ideas of finding your soulmate, but now of course people don't have assisted marriages or relationships, so what can you do? What's your alternative? Try to be a good person and go and date people, but have the attitude that you're not trying to get into bed with them, you're trying to make a good conversation with them. And then there are lots of good people in the world, and if you present yourself nicely, you will find a decent person. If you present yourself in a way that you're really cool, you're an alpha male and all these silly terminologies, whatever, and that you are the person that everybody should have a relationship, and you're really unrealistic like in that sense, you're going to get somebody who's a pretender as well, and then one day when you're in a proper relationship with that person, you realise their dark side as well. So there's a brief chat on finding your soulmate. Hope that was useful. If you've got any questions, by the way, please ask. That's the idea of these things, these videos that I'm making. And please subscribe to my videos. That's what proper YouTubers say. What would it do? Just put my videos on your front page so you can see my latest videos, I think. But also, if you press the like button and subscribe, I think if you believe my videos are any good, I think what will happen to my videos, they'll go up on the rankings on YouTube, and maybe more people will see it. Thank you for watching. Bye.